Meetings are a really important part of our week. In fact, for some people, they just seem to take up too much time. And it's easy to get trapped in that sensation of feeling like meetings aren't going anywhere. But meetings can be critical, and they should be a critical moment in your week. They are where accountability should be taking place in your business. And whether it's a one-to-one or a team meeting, this is our opportunity to find out what's really happening in our business. I've developed a really simple framework to help people remember how a meeting should flow effectively, and I call it a P6. So P6 stands for the 6 Ps that help you run a good meeting. The first P, the P1, is around preparation. What are you trying to get out of this meeting? And it's good to just take a few moments to think about what are your objectives for the meeting. Is it, and whether it's a team meeting or a one-to-one, it's really the same sort of process. So it's thinking about the outcomes you're trying to achieve. And some meetings are more challenging than others. And I found a useful reflection tool as part of my P1 is to ask myself 3 questions. The first question is, if I do nothing now, what's this situation going to look like in 3 months' time? The second question is, if I do nothing now, what is everyone going to think about the situation? And my third question is, what would a strong, confident, capable leader do in this situation? Okay, so P2 is a preamble. This is where, again, whether it's a one-on-one or a team meeting, you're just trying to establish good communication and a good vibe for the meeting. So it's what I call the preamble, and it's just to warm things up. So everyone shares a good story about something that's happened this week, and it might be personal, it might relate to a customer or a client, but we're just setting the meeting on a good tone. As a leader, I'll go first for this, and then we'll go around the table and everyone just spends 20, 30 seconds just talking about something good that happened that week. P3 is problems and performance. And this is where we go around the table and identify what are the challenges in the business this week. We'll look at our dashboards to see what performance has been like and whether everyone's meeting expectations. If there's a target that's been missed, we'll put that on the board as a problem that we need to deal with. If there's been any customer complaints or there's an employee issue or some other challenge that's coming up in the business, we identify this and we just put all of these issues as a 2 to 3 word headline on a whiteboard. We don't discuss them yet. We just start really identifying what are the things that we need to deal with this week. P4 is for prioritize. So of the 5 or 6 items that are on our list, what's the most important? What are the things that we really need to tackle first so that we're not wasting time on the less important things and we're really getting to the major issues that are confronting the business right now? When we look at our list on the board, there may be an opportunity to combine a couple of those as well as being part of a larger problem. But by putting them on the board, it allows us to get some perspective and understanding of what's happening. So once we've identified the priorities about what we want to tackle first, second and third and so on, now we get into problem solving mode. And as a team, we go around the table and we discuss the issue, we identify what the problem is, and we start to come up with ways in which we can fix the problem that aren't just a symptom cover-up, but really getting to the root cause of the problem. And using a root cause analysis tool like a 5 Whys or something like that can be really helpful here too. P6, well, that's the plan. Who's going to do what and when is it going to be due by? This is when we start to allocate the responsibilities to fix the problem that we've been examining and for that person to report back to the meeting next week to hopefully it's all been resolved or whether there's still some issues that need to be dealt with. Sometimes there's a tendency when we're thinking about a problem that we might defer action as we want to get more information so that we feel like we've got a better understanding. I don't actually recommend that. I think it's better that we just take action immediately, and even if we need to adjust our action or adjust our plan the following week if we haven't got the outcome we've been looking for, that's fine. But at least at the end of a meeting, everyone has this expectation that we're going to make a decision and we're going to move forward. Because too often meetings get bogged down in the conversations and the what ifs. And really, meetings are where accountability takes place in the business, and that's where we really need to make things happen.